Listen, I want to speak on the whole Allstar Jr. and Ben and 10, situation. Everybody's saying that he's wrong. You know what I mean? I've been hearing a lot of different things, right? All I want to say is that All-Star JR was not wrong. He was definitely not wrong. For those who think he was, you sadly mistaken because it's like he did what he was supposed to. You know what I mean? It's been so many situations, so many things that has came up, that has happened to artists. Straight up that has happened to artists that, you know, um, that ended tragedy. That ended tragedy. You look at somebody like PNB Rock. You look at somebody like even Slim 400, Draco the Ruler. The list goes on and on and on and on. He did what he was supposed to do. Now they was coming to harm him. They damn sure wasn't coming to buy him no food. You know what I mean? They wasn't coming to see if they could get a feature. They was coming to take something. You know what I'm saying? Jewelry, perhaps his life, all of that. And he pulled a Jet Li, Jackie Chan move on their ass, took they strap and shot both of Benetton and his homeboy or whoever he was with, his accomplice. Yeah, I don't fuck the whole word, but they was coming for him. Bottom line, they was coming for him. So, like I said, they wasn't coming to buy him a meal. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't coming to smoke it down with him or see if they could get a feature. No, they wanted the smoke. They wanted the business. Now, it just so happened that it didn't go as they planned or as they thought because it wasn't no just easy lick. Let me tell y'all something. One thing about Detroit dudes, man, no matter if east, west, southwest, whatever in between, north end, you know what I mean? None of that, right? No matter where you at from whatever part it is you are from the city. Detroit dudes ain't going for that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just going for the okey doke. You walking up on us or pulling up on us and we ain't gonna get our get back or it's not gonna go down or it's gonna go a whole nother way that you expected. You know what I mean? We it's been some of the weakest dudes than get off. Like hands down, you know what I mean? So if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? We like a mini I would say like a mini Chicago mixed with a little bit of New York and LA. You feel me? Like it's not it ain't sweet like that. And furthermore, dude is dead wrong for putting um his hands on on All Star JR kids. You know what I mean? Um, but Jay Prince Jr. Man, they been had a bold reputation, a bold name in the streets in Houston and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, you know how the story may go. Like he could have perhaps had something to do with um, Takeoff, or you know what I mean. Like so, it's just a tricky situation. I've me myself, how I feel about the situation is like I said, he did what he was supposed to do. He did what he had to do. This man was minding his own business, you know what I'm saying, living his best life at that moment, you feel me? And dudes try to come and harm him. Not to mention, All Star JR has been shot before in a previous situation, man. You know what I'm saying? He's been shot before. So when he disarmed them dudes, he could have got multiple flashbacks from the previous situation. You know what I mean? And he could straight up say, "Yo, I was in fear of my life." You know what I mean? I done had a situation where my life was on the line and I could have lost my life or could have been paralyzed for the rest of my life. When that when these two men approached me, this is what happened. You know what I mean? You know, I still suffer from PTSD. You know what I mean? Any false movement or any somebody's moving around me in my presence weird, or they looking at me weird, I get to tripping out about that. With this situation, they came to me, approached me, you know what I'm saying? And he could tell his lawyer all of that. You know what I'm saying? And which I'm very quite sure by now he definitely did. But you know what I mean, he could definitely say all of that because his lawyer gonna say, "Yo, my client had a previous situation where his life was on the line where he got shot." So the only thing I hope is that I don't think Jr. is on no federal papers, meaning like probation or parole or nothing like that, or you know what I'm saying. I don't think he's definitely not. He wouldn't even be able to move around like that. But like I said, he did what he was supposed to do, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people could take it how they want to take it, but he handled business how he was supposed to handle business. But a lot of people that might not like certain people from Detroit or just more in tune with, you know what I'm saying, Jay Prince Jr. and all of them and over there, of course they're gonna say, "Oh man, Jr. was wrong and he should have handled it a different way," or you know what I'm saying. When your life on the line, ain't no handle it a different way. That shit is dead. Ain't no handling anything a different way when your life is in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? Because when your life is in jeopardy, it don't go like that. It's totally different. So when he disarmed them, like I said, he could have been having, or should I say, been in 10. He could have been having crazy multiple flashbacks. I can only imagine if both of them had, you know what I'm saying, had a strap. If both of them had straps on them, he could have got. Man, it's a tricky, crazy situation, and of course we gonna have smoke, nigga, because it's like you done put your hands on my kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, so right then and there, the opposing, the opposite is in wrong. You know what I'm saying? He's in the wrong for even touching that man kid or talking crazy to his kid or any of that. So like I said, he did what he was supposed to. He did what he was supposed to. But like I said, once again, a lot of people are gonna say the ones that just don't like him or just D-Rod and the other side is gonna say, "Oh man, oh, he shouldn't have did that. Oh, he could have did this. He could have did that." But like I said, he did what he was supposed to, hands down. Like it or not, it is what it is. So people just got to live with that. You know what I mean? And you can't ain't no just running up on us, no Detroit dude, or no matter where we at. We could be. It don't matter if it's Houston, LA, Chicago, anywhere. Niggas ain't just going for it like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.